Hey everyone. Alright, so this is the progress I've made on my hair so far, and I'm not mad at it. I was earlier because it was just looking a little crazy, but I finished this whole half side of my head, and I'm gonna put in pictures so you can see how I wanted my hair to be, but I wanted them to be like kind of shorter than this, and I wanted them to be with hair that's softer than the one that I'm using. And I got this from my local beauty store, and this is what the little package comes, or this is what it looks like or whatever. It's a lot kinkier and it's used for like twists, so I thought it was gonna be good hair, and it really is. When I first was wrapping it, it was not doing a good job. I was like, what is going on? But then I got more practice, so I got a lot better, and this is how it's looking. I was trying to follow, I don't know her name, but I'm gonna link the videos in the description. I was trying to follow a couple of tutorials, but I get real distracted. I'm not good at following tutorials. So I kind of went on a whim and did my own thing. And then I finally looked at Bri Halls' video, and I'm gonna link that as well. And that video helped me a lot because I was just like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. And what she had actually did, she twisted her hair. I braided mine, and then she used crochet needle, stuck it in there, pulled the hair through, and then twist or dreaded it just like how I'm doing it, so, or locked it, however you want to call it. So I'm just going to show you how I'm doing them. I'm running out of hair, but I have some extra hair that it's like a looser, around the same color, it's 4, so it's a looser, softer texture, which this one is a lot, you know, drier and kinkier and even a little bit thicker. So I'm going to show you how I do it with this, and I'm going to show you how I did it with the other one. And some of them are staying like really well. I'm not sure how they really get them to stay. I know that these hairstyles don't really last too long, but what is this? This is my actual braid. My actual braid came through, so I have to redo this one because my actual hair is peeking through. So okay, let's fix this one together. I messed up so many times, I tell you. The first video that I tried to follow, the first tutorial, was not easy. There wasn't like really any direction. You just kind of had to watch to see what she was doing, and I liked how she was doing it, but I just couldn't get it. I was like, what am I not doing correctly? I was following everything she was doing, but it just wasn't looking how she was doing it. So this is my hair right here, but I'm going to keep a piece. I'll keep this piece that's all twisted up already with my actual hair, and I'll use this to wrap. I'll use that other piece to wrap my hair, and then I'll spread it out as I'm wrapping, because if you don't spread it out, it won't do what you need it to do. I really don't know how to explain it, but just trying to use my thumb and my finger to push it over and smooth it over the best I can while keeping control of my other fingers holding on to it. So now I'm just wrapping the braiding hair. My hair is already wrapped up. It ended like right here where that bump is. And I'm gonna just continue to go down. I want them to be like relative length, as you can kind of see. They are going pretty well. Like, they look like at a good relative length, so I'm just gonna keep that up. And then when I feel like I'm at a point where I can stop, if I have like a little piece left, I'll just go back up the lock and just wrap it around until it is gone, and then I'm done. And this is actually pretty secure. And it's like, I like this hair because it's kinky enough that it is staying. Like, I feel like if it was looser, it would slip a lot. It's actually doing a pretty good job, so I'm not mad at it. Alright, so the first thing, I put product in my hair last night when I braided my hair. And I came straight out, like, I washed it, came straight out the shower. It was still a little wet, and then I just braided it. I didn't blow dry it, flat iron it, nothing, no heat. Just leave-in conditioner, some oils, some product. If you want to put product in your hair while you're dreading it, I don't know if I would recommend it. I haven't really tried it, but I'm gonna go through and oil like my scalp and stuff and moisturize it while I'm finished. So I'm gonna try to show you the best I can. I'm gonna take this needle and poke it through, and then I'm gonna take the hair, put this in the little loop of the needle. Oops. Close it and pull it through. And I've got two pieces. On this hair, it's actually closed ends. The ends are closed, so I'm just gonna open those up and up a little further just to spread it out, make it easier to wrap. And I'm actually gonna make them be even. I'm not gonna do one side longer than the other, because I noticed that if one side's longer than the other, it makes it really uneven. Like when you're wrapping, one side is gonna just automatically be shorter than the other because you're wrapping and the side's not being wrapped. If it's shorter than the other, you're gonna run out of this hair, this side, a lot much quicker, and then you have to figure out how you're gonna get all this on the top of your head just to finish wrapping the braid. Excuse me, thank you. All right. So to wrap it, pretty simple. I hope you can see, but I'm spreading this out and I'm putting my finger behind it and my thumb in front of it, making sure that it's spread out, and I'm just pushing it in front to wrap it. And I'm doing it, pulling it pretty tight, but not too tight, if you know what I mean. Like just tight enough to make sure that it's getting wrapped. And I spread out the hair to make sure that it's, just to make sure that the braid and the hair is getting evenly wrapped. I really hope that you can see this. But then I just keep going down, wrapping and spreading, wrapping and spreading. Then, as you can see, it's getting a little short, but as you can also see, is I'm getting toward the end of the braid. So I'll stretch this to make it last, and it's still covering. Then, if I run out, I'll take, like, if I have like this much left, it's barely any, I'll just wrap it around where it ended just to make sure that it's secure. And then I'm gonna take this hair, separate it, put the braid with the one that I'm not gonna be using to wrap, with the section that I'm not gonna be using to wrap, which is this one, and then take the other side, spread it out, and continue wrapping. Continue wrapping, smoothing it down. And I honestly don't mind like these little bumps because I know it's not going to be perfect. I really don't want it to be perfect. I want it to go for the messy bohemian lock look, but I mean, I guess I kind of got that, but I wanted it to look like how the picture looked, and don't always look like that. So now I'm down here, and if I run out of more wrapping hair, you can always, if I have more, section it again and either incorporate that little piece that you had left or wrap that. This time I'm incorporating it, and I'm just gonna keep going down until I get to about collarbone length, which is like right here for me. Then I'll wrap it right back up. And then it's gonna unravel a little bit, like it's just gonna untwist, but it's still gonna, should still stay twisted up. So the thing I don't like about this is that it looks weird. Like look how it can stand up like an antenna like that. I just hope that, what the world? As time goes on, I hope it gets a little looser while still staying wrapped. I hope that it doesn't look so stiff. So with this one, I'm gonna show you how I wrapped it with the other hair that I have. That's with a looser texture. So for this one, when I was first trying to do the locks, in the video, the lady had cut the hair. And so that's what I did. I cut the hair when it wasn't working, and I cut it and still wasn't working. So good thing I kept these, because I'm actually gonna use these, and they're not long at all. They're short, way shorter than this. I'm gonna do the same thing basically. Put the needle in, hook the hair, pull it through. Then I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. All right. So this is relatively even to itself. This is relatively even to itself. So this also has like closed ends, so I'm gonna open those up just to spread them out a little bit, and it's so much softer. And I don't even have I would tell you what type of hair this is. This is Model. That's the hair company. So if you want to look for like a loose type texture, maybe your hair store should have it. I really bought this hair a while ago, don't remember for what, but luckily I just had that. So for this, it's actually pretty much the same. I'm gonna leave the braid with the hair that I'm not gonna be using to wrap, and I'm going to wrap with these, and I'm doing them together and do the same thing pretty much, just wrap. I'm gonna wrap over my hair a little, like an extra time, just to make sure that it stays and doesn't stick up or come up too much, because I mean obviously there's a size difference. There we go. It's another stiff one, but they're wrapping it back up helped with the size difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this back half, and I'm gonna come back for the front. All right, so I finished all of the back. I just have these 3 left, and it's 6:42, and I started at like 1, so I'm actually making okay progress. Not the best, but I ended up using all the extra hair that I had left over, and I saved these 3 for the front because I wanted it to look uniform, and if anything was gonna mess up, I wanted the messed up parts to be in the back. Now I braided these last night. I don't have baby hairs, so I don't really do baby hairs, but and I also like, you know, the more natural look, plus I have a big forehead, so you know what, leave me alone. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep on. We're on the last one. so I just deleted some stuff so I can show you guys, because my phone cut off again. But this is what the end result is looking like. Some pieces are, like when I wrapped them, they're kind of coming down. I really don't know how to combat that, how to fix that, but I'm just gonna have to keep wrapping them up, I guess, until I find a way to make them stay. If you have any suggestions, please let me know, because your girl's gonna struggle until they're good. And other than that, I'm kind of liking it. I like, you know, having the weird like little puffs up like that and stuff, and the sun is out, so if I can get dressed quick enough, put some clothes on and take some pictures, I would love to. But this is the look. It's not necessarily the look I was going for, but I'm glad that I went for it and triumphed through it, because I definitely was gonna give up. When I first saw the first tutorial, I was like, okay, it's something I can do. It looks natural. It's looking pretty cute. We're gonna see how long it's gonna last. I'm gonna keep y'all updated, but that's it. If you want to go try, if you have any questions, please let me know. Please follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Brenna Melrose. I'll leave those in the description box so you can check them out if you'd like. Links to the videos I watched will be in the description. And yeah, so if you do try the style, let me know. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.